and welcome. We have some breaking news. Axel Rubakubana pleads guilty of all charges. Earlier today, his defence team came out and said they was not putting no defence up for him and that it was up to the prosecution to put a case forward to the jury for them then to either find him guilty or not guilty. Now, when he turns up in court, he turned around and said he's pleading to all charges, he's pleading guilty. What does that mean for us now? What does that mean? It now means that sentencing is now believed to be taking place on Thursday. So instead of having a big court case, which I find a bit upsetting, but relieved in one way because at least the parents and the family don't have to relive it all again. But what's annoying to me is the fact that if there had been a court case, all this evidence that the prosecution team had found would have come out, right? And now we're not going to know. So is this like a cover-up? Him pleading guilty so that no one gets to hear about why he's doing it? What led to him to do this? I don't know. But in one way I am glad for the families because they won't be put through that horrendous trial. Right, so here's a first picture of Rubakubana. This was released today by the Mirror. And I must admit, the drawing they had of him, so accurate. So accurate. Anyway, in the post it says, an updated mugshot of triple killer Axel Rubakubana has been released by police after the 18-year-old pleaded guilty to the murders of Alice Da Silva Aguirre, 9, BB King, 6, and Elsie Stanton, 7. A chilling picture of Axel Rubakubana, who stabbed 3 little girls to death in Southport last year, has been released by police. And that is because he is now pleaded guilty. The 18-year-old pleaded guilty to the murders of Alice D. Silva Aguirre, 9, BB King, 6, and Elsie 7 after he broke into a Taylor Swift-themed dance class during the school holidays last year and launched a frenzied knife attack. Rubakubana was 17 at the time, took a taxi to the Heartspace Community Centre shortly before midday on July 29, 2024, where the class was being held around 5 miles from his home. He murdered the 3 youngsters and also admitted to the attempted murders of another 8 children as well as 2 adults, Leanne Lucas and Jonathan Hayes. The incident left families and the wider community devastated and triggered widespread riots after misinformation about the attacker's identity spread widely on social media. So, appearing at Liverpool Crown Court this morning, the 18-year-old admitted all offences following last year's attack. Rubakubana, who had been reported to the government's Prevent Counter-Extremist scheme at least 3 times, appeared in the dock dressed in a grey prison-issue jumper with a blue medical face mask on. He also pleaded guilty to the production of a biological toxin named rising and possession of information of a kind likely to be useful to a person committing or preparing an act of terrorism, namely a PDF file entitled Military Studies in the Jihad Against the Tyrants, the Al-Qaeda Training Manual. When asked to stand in court today, Rubakubana originally remained seated. He also stayed silent when asked to speak his name twice. Stanley Reese, KC defendant, said the defendant hasn't identified himself, but there isn't any dispute that the man in the dock is Axel Rubakubana, and he can hear what's being said. Mr. Goose asks, he's not choosing to speak? Justice Goose told him, Axel Rubakubana, you can hear me, I know. You have now pleaded guilty to this indictment to each of the charges upon it. The next stage is for sentencing. That will take place on Thursday. In the meantime, you must keep in touch with your barristers, solicitors, and an intermediary in order for you to receive any advice or assistance. You will understand it's inevitable that a life sentence will be imposed upon you. In the meantime, you go with the officers and be produced at the hearing at 11 o'clock on Thursday. Taken down. Rubakubana was escorted to the cell by the dock officers. He will be sentenced on Thursday. Speaking outside court following the guilty pleas entered by Axel Rubakubana, Deputy Chief Crown Prosecutor Ursula Doyle condemned the attack as unspeakable, adding it has left an enduring mark on our community and the nation for savagery and senselessness. She said Rubakubana has demonstrated a sickening and sustained interest in death and violence and showed no signs of remorse. Here he is, everyone. There's Axel Rubakubana. Look at this. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Anyway, so now sentencing. There's no trial. And sentencing will be on Thursday at 11 a.m. So like I said, this was just breaking news.